I'm StampinDeDe, and this is Stampin' Thursday, and today I'll be introducing my February monthly stamp club. So I'm going to show you the featured bundle. I'm going to show you the awesome paper, and the cards that you will receive the kits for, and then we're going to make one of them. So I'm glad you're here with me this morning, this cold, icy, cold Thursday morning. If you're anywhere in Texas, I think you've got ice. We got some pictures from our son in San Antonio, and he had tree limbs down all over his property from ice. So, and we are still ice covered. We took our little dog out to go potty this morning, and she was slipping and sliding everywhere on the grass because the grass is covered with ice. I felt so bad for her. But anyway, hopefully today it's going to get above freezing. It's supposed to be like 35-ish. So hopefully everything will start melting and we'll be able to get out. We have been in the house since Monday. Yeah, this is Thursday. So I think everybody here and probably all over the state of Texas are ready to get out. All right, so let me look on here. So if you're watching this on the replay, I thank you for watching. Thank you so much. And I also post it on YouTube, so you may watch it on YouTube. And I appreciate so much you doing that. And I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please comment, give me a thumbs up, a smiley face, share it with someone that you think would enjoy it too. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, then all you have to do is click the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, and you'll be notified of every time I post something on YouTube. I also have a blog, StampinDeDeSpot.blogspot.com, and everything I do on a Facebook Live, I also put that on my blog later in the day. And so, all right, I think, let's see, this is the monthly stamp club, and it's for February. It's featuring Greatest Journey. And this is an unusual set, and the wonderful thing about this set are the dies, and you'll see why in a minute. I've already used it. My son runs every day, and so I was able to send him a birthday card. A friend of ours bikes every day, and so I was able to send him a congratulations card. And so, and it's got mountains and trees, and I think you'll like it. I think you will. And it's amazing how often I've picked it up to use it. So, all right. I think that's just about it. So let me turn the camera down. Hi, Kay. Good morning. I see you on here. Thank you for watching. And we're going to get started with this. So hold on. Okay. I think I may have turned my sound off. was what happened. All right, can you hear me now, Kay? Let me know if you can hear me. I think you can. When I turn it around, sometimes I hit the sound button and it turns the sound off. So hopefully everything is good now. All right, here we go. The Greatest Journey. And what's funny is the stamp set is so different from the dies. So it almost gives you two sets. It really does. So on the stamp set, I love the sayings. This moment is the start of something great. And I use that. I have a friend who got a promotion, and he's the one that's a bicyclist. He got a promotion in his work, and so I was able to make a card with a bicycler, and this moment is the start of something great. You belong among the stars. Mountains of thanks, wishing you joy in this next adventure. We're in this together, and I'm so inspired by your courage. And then we have some stars and some trees and some grass and flowers, and this is a bigger stamp with flowers. So then we go to the dies, and these are the prize of the set, in my opinion, because you have the tent, you have clouds, several clouds, you have the hiker. Here he is, and he's carrying a lantern. You have his walking stick, and you have a tree. You have a runner. You have tree die and the flower die and the moon die. And this is some terrain. And then you have the biker. So lots of versatility with this set. Lots of it. So let's see. This die cuts out this big flower set. And this cuts out the trees. Yeah, and that's pretty much all that's here that cuts out one of these, but that makes everything else so unique and so different. So, all right, the other star of the show for this particular suite is the paper. So here is the set. Let me show you that first. So the suite itself comes with the bundle and this 3-twine combo pack and these sticker icons and the paper. And you can see the paper here, but I had enough sheets that I could pull it out. So one of them is used still. But this paper is so awesome, and the colors are they're just beautiful. The pinks and the oranges, then fading into the green, the blues and the greens. So there's this one, and it's got this beautiful pink pattern on the background. Then this one, just mountains, the purples fading into the greens. So, you cut it down the middle, cut here, and you've got 6 different cards that you can make using this background. The back side is a night of navy, starry sky. So good. Such a great addition. This one, look at these mountains. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, so again, you cut it in the middle and cut it here and here, and you have 6 background sceneries for cards. Love it. Love, love, love it. And then it's got a really pretty pattern, green pattern on the back. And this one is all trees. And on the back is a different blue and green pattern. This one is swirls at the top and then clouds at the bottom. So you can cut it and use it lots of different ways as well. With the bright mango melody on the back. This is the one I've already used. I didn't have a clean sheet with this one. So, but it's the pinks and the oranges. I just love that. I love it. And again, you can cut it and you can see how I used a piece of this. You'll see it on the card. So you don't think of pinks when you think of biking and hiking and camping, but you'll see. It's really pretty. And then this pretty pink and orange pattern on the back. All right. So that's the paper that comes with this bundle, with this suite. So here are the cards that you will get with your February monthly stamp club. Here's the first one, and you'll get 2 of each one of these in your kit. So this one is using those purple mountains, and I actually trimmed the mountains and added that Night of Navy starry background. Let me move it down some. Starry background. Die cut the clouds. Here's the hiker, and here's his hiking stick, a couple of the trees. So I'll bring it up a little closer so you can see. And then, of course, the inside, we just use a little bit of the paper. All right, that's one of them. I'll save that one for last. So here we are, pink. Isn't that gorgeous? Pink. Camping, you've got your tent. It's a 2-piece tent die. Your trees. I cut the lantern off of the hiker. I cut it off of this one, actually, because the hiker's carrying the lantern in the die. But I added the walking stick, and then I backed the lantern with yellow so that it looked like it was lit. Created a little campfire. All right. And then I stamped some trees for the inside. So there's card number 2. Card number 3. This one's using the pink and the green because this particular paper fades from the green to the pink, which I just love. I love that. So I backed it with the pink, the polished pink, and Mountains of Thanks. And this is a little bit of embossing here. So you'll get the embossed strip. And again, I just stamped some trees on the inside. It's a perfect inside piece. And then the 4th card you'll get is the biker. So we've used the tent, the hiker, the biker. This moment is the start of something great. And we use the tree paper, and we'll create a couple of mountains, hills for the biker to go up. So this is the one we're going to make together today. But aren't they awesome? I love them. I love the versatility, and I didn't even use the runner on these. I did that on my son's birthday card. But anyway, all right. So you've seen the cards that will be included in your kits. This monthly stamp club includes 4 card kits, 4 different designs, and you will make 8 cards. So you'll make 2 of each one of these. It also includes a PDF tutorial, full color with photos tutorial. And it also includes $20 to $25 worth of free products. And for this particular stamp club, it will include this Baker's Twine Essentials Pack. It will include that, and these are used on a couple of the cards. And it will include the brushed metallic adhesive back dots. And they're also used on a couple of the cards. So you get these, plus your 8 cards and your PDF tutorial, all of that for $35. Now, if you don't have the Greatest Journey and you want to add it to your order, you, of course, can do that. The kits are designed with very little stamping. I did do some stamping, like the trees in the background here, so I won't be able to stamp that for you. But if you have a tree stamp, if you don't have the Greatest Journey and you have a tree stamp, you can stamp your own trees in the background. This already had the trees on it. So that really, except for the sentiments, is the only stamping except for what's inside. And you can put whatever you want on the inside. So that's it. That's your February's monthly stamp club. The you'll make 8 cards. You'll get these products, and you'll get the PDF tutorial for $35. If you are not local and you want it mailed, it's an additional $10. I took a package to USPS, to the post office, the other day, and it was a little over $10 to send it in a priority envelope. So even with that, you're getting a deal. So you'll have to include the $10, add that to your $35 if you want it mailed. All right. This is the card we're going to make. Let me check and see if I have any questions. All right. If you're watching, say something. Say hi. Let me know that you're there. I'd love to know that you're there. I know that there are others watching. All right. So we're going to make this card. And to make this, we need an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of black cardstock, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to fold it and burnish it. I'm going to put this on this is not a hard tabletop. So I'm going to burnish it over here on a hard surface. All right. And we will be using the matte dots in a minute. These are black matte dots that are used on this one. And this is my piece of 4 by 5 1/4 cardstock. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to add that right now. What did I say? It's the basic white cardstock. And we're going to go ahead and add that to the front. There's no reason not to go ahead and add that. We don't have any twine. We didn't wrap any twine around it. So we're going to go ahead and add that. And then we have our piece of designer series paper that we use. And it'll be 3 3/4 by 5. But first, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment on it before I put it down. So let me get my block, take my sentiment. This moment is the start of something great. We'll use that one. Put it on my block and make sure I get it straight. And okay. I'll get my stamp all good and inked up. I like that this is the photopolymer because you can see if your stamp is inked, then you can see where you're stamping. So we're going to stamp it right up here in the corner. Right there. There we go. Let me clean this on my chamois. I keep it right here beside me in a drawer, always ready to use. All right. I'll put my ink away. Put my stamp away. All right. And we're going to use 2 dies. We're going to use the bicycle die So I'm going to get that. And we're going to use the background die, the landscape, terrain, whatever it is, die. And I can't pick it up. So we're going to use these two dies. But first we're going to go ahead and put down our background, our designer series paper. I don't know why. This is a brand new thing. There. Okay. I'm going to put it right in the center. Now, bring in the mini cut and emboss machine. In order to do our background pieces, this is a piece of 3 3/4 by, what is it, about 2 inches? Yeah, about 2 inches. And we are going to take it and we're going to position this so that it is a little bit to the left and a little off, because I'm going to cut the rest of this off. I want it to angle down a little more right here. So I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to put that one on there. I'm going to use just a little piece of washi, get it down, run it through. Okay. So you'll see that when I pull this up, that it's still attached right here. And I wanted it that way. Let me get the die off of it, because we're going to do that again in a minute. I'm going to have to use the other tape. That one tore. Because what I'm going to do is take this now and just angle it down. There. And I wanted a little bit flatter piece right there. All right, so we've got that one ready. And now we're going to do the same thing with the gray. Only this time, you can see on the card here, move this in, that the hill is going to be more to the right. So I want them offset. I don't want them to be this. I don't want the hills to be the same. So I'm going to move this one a little more to the right. Put it down. Put my washi tape. Run it through. All right, we've got our 2 hills cut. Get my washi tape off. Here it is. You want to remove your tape really slow, because even though it's been used multiple times, it still is sticky. All right, so we're through with our landscape piece, and I'm going to put it back over here. Set that aside. So now we have our 2 pieces of landscape, and you can see that I almost cut that too far down. You know, I did. The gray, I should have cut it up further. I wasn't thinking about that. It needs to be more to the top. So that was really not a smooth thing to do. This is the same size. All right. I didn't make it thick enough at the bottom. I just wasn't thinking. I was not thinking. So, we're going to do that one again. This is a bigger piece of paper, and it doesn't need to be bigger. There was plenty of room on that 2-inch piece, but I didn't push it up to the top enough. This one, I'm going to push up to the top and make sure the heel is on the right. All right, let's try this again. This piece is barely going to go through my cut and emboss, but it will. So we are good. Well, you know, if I didn't mess up once, you would know there was something wrong. All right, now we've got a piece that is going to be wide enough. Get the washi tape off. There we go. Now, I'll put this away again. We've got one more thing to die cut, the bike. Now, we're ready with this. So now, we've got room to create this hill behind the black. And I'm going to have to do some trimming, but that's okay. We're going to do that. Well, again, I tell you what, I'm in a hurry and I'm not measuring, and that piece was not quite wide enough. Deanna? All right. This one needs to be 3 3/4 wide, which I thought that piece was. I'm going to actually make it 4. Just to make sure that I've got it right. And I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. 3rd time's a charm, right? Do you ever do that? I mean, you get in a hurry. And I don't get in a hurry as much when I'm creating as when I'm doing a Facebook Live. So, all right. Again, we've got it positioned. We've got it moved up so that there's plenty of room behind. And this time, it's more than wide enough. All right. We're going to do it right there. Tape it down. Run it through again. Don't you just love it when you have to keep doing it over and over and over again? This time my machine is going to not want to pull it through. All right, here we go. Now hopefully this time we've got it right. All right, it's time for good. We're putting you away. We're not going to get you back out. All right, get my other pieces. Now we're good. Now all we need is our bicycle. And so we're going to cut him. And in your kit, you will get these pieces already cut. So you will not have to go through this. This is just the creative process. But in your kit, these pieces will already be cut because you're not expected to have the die set. And I can cut the dies. I just can't. Stampin' Up! Will not allow us to stamp. So, we can't sell kits. We can't sell kits. So, we're in a kit is stamped. So, it's just regulation. It's just policy. But you got to do what you got to do. All right. Get all these pieces poked out of the bicycle. There we go. I'm going to put this back over here. Get all my pieces put back. All right. We're through die cutting. So we're going to move that back out of the way. All right, here we go. So we've got our pieces ready to go. I'm going to position this, and I'm going to cut off of this end. Off of this end. I need it to be 3 3/4. And just to be sure, yep, it's 3 3/4. Okay. Yep. So I'm going to position this at the bottom and adhere it. It actually does not have to be right at the bottom because you've got a little bit of play in this one, so that when you put it at the bottom, it covers it. That lets you leave the mountain behind the black a little bit. All right. Now we're going to put this right at the bottom. There are our mountains. Here is our bicyclist, and he is going up that hill. And for this, I'm going to use my liquid glue. Get a little bit on the bike. Okay. So I'm going to put him, I want his tires to be touching. Oh, you know what? Even with all that poking, there's still 2 little pieces that did not come out. There we go. All right. All right, all we need, well, let's do the inside. What did we do? We stamped. Oh, I stamped trees all along the bottom of this one. So we'll get our tree stamp out. And I'll use garden green. And I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper out, because I'm going to stamp off a little bit so they're not all the same color. Get my white inside piece. All right. Here we go. So this one, I'm just going to stamp off right down at the edge. And then I'll come up behind it and stamp again. And down here, I'll stamp a 3rd time. 3rd generation. It worked. I'm going to stamp that one right there. I'm going to come down here and maybe one more time right there. There we go. So now we have trees all the way across, looking like some are off in the distance. Let me get this clean. Didn't do it good. Very good. There we go. All right. So that's the inside. Throw that away. Put my ink away before I get it all over my hands. So we're going to put the inside of our card in. Sorry, I get off camera, I forget. For the inside. Now I've had so much fun sitting around during these icy days. I have spent a lot of time right here creating. All right, all we need now are our matte black dots. So I'll get my take a pick tool, and I'm going to use the small ones. Put one right here, right here, and right here. There we are. We have our card all finished. Isn't that pretty? I mean, these are just such unique, interesting cards. So here's our Mountain of Thanks. This has got, like I said, the embossing behind it, and our pink camping card. Here we go. So the Greatest Journey will be our featured stamp set for the monthly stamp club. Let me look over here and see if there are any questions. All right. All right. Okay, thank you for watching. And I know you've already ordered the stamp club this month, and so I'll be getting your kits together. And if you've not ordered this monthly stamp club, it is a to-go, and so anybody can order it. I hope you'll let me know. The deadline is the 10th. Every month, it is presented to you on the first Thursday of the month. And sometimes I sneak in a preview before that. And then the RSVP deadline, the deadline to pay is the 10th. And then you'll have it by the 25th. So, thank you for watching. I'm StampinDeDe. And stay warm. Bye-bye.